Hey guys, it's Mel from IntimacyTV, where we're here all about raw conversation with real education. This is another episode of Get Off Your Ass! So if you haven't got off your ass yet, I'm suggesting that you get up now and get off your ass. You will be joining me, whether you like it or not, however, in a few minutes while we do the 30-second jig. So today's topic is about bad dates, because right now we're in the month of hookups and breakups, and there's going to be shitloads of them because of Valentine's Day. So, I wanted to sort of chat about that and discuss, should you still be going out on dates when they suck? What the fuck do you do? So, alright, I think this is about a few bad dates. But I'm going to tell you my story. I might end up coming out with a few. I'd love you guys to share your stories underneath. So make sure that you're sharing your bad stories, because there's a reason why I want to actually do this. So I went out on a date with a guy while I was doing my research for my book, Win the Dating Game. So, I literally tried a bit of everything, because I wanted to know all the different tactics and the kinds of guys that you date and what to do and what not to do. So anyway, I ended up meeting this guy who was a professional soccer player here from the UK. Love an accent, bit of a sucker for an accent. And I ended up literally doing what I call don't break the golden rule, and I went over to his place. Now, it was during the day, during the week, and I went over there, but what happened was I ended up parking my car, because he lives in Paran, in the underground car park. So we've been chatting, everything be fine. We chatted on the phone, we chatted, via text, and I got there, and I had wine with me, and I brought myself, I hadn't eaten lunch, so I had some snacks and whatnot. So I brought it there, we started eating, and we had a glass of wine, and then he had a water. And as we're talking, I'm thinking, I can't see anything happening here. This is getting a little weird. So then when he took the drink and the fluid fell down his face like this, I was in my head, I went, what? Hang on. What the fuck? And I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? This guy's definitely taken something before I've turned up, which actually turned out that he had. And so the alcohol worked with the medication that he actually took, or the tablet that he took, and his whole face was partially paralyzed. But what happened was, I made it very clear, I think I'm going to just stop and sit down here for a second. I made it really clear to him that nothing's going to happen. And I really wanted him to understand that, look, mate, nothing's going to happen, rah-de-rah-de-rah. But wait, there's more. Then he got shitty with me. And I was like, look, we said we're adults, we said we'd be upfront, but, I just can't see this going anywhere. So we went from, here's what happened, shitty to upset. Why? To crying, to shitty, to me sitting there going, God help me, how am I going to get out of here? Then he ended up laying down on the couch in a fetal position, all sooky la-la. This is because of the meds. And I'm like, what? And I went inside and I'm like, man, I got to get the fuck out of here. This is getting weird, but my car's in the car park and I'm not sure what bloody level I'm on. And then I ended up, he was like, can I have a hug? Can you come and lie here and spoon with me? I'm like, no. Now, one of the things I teach you guys is that no is a fucking sentence. It's not a word, it's a sentence. You have the right to say your boundaries, and you have the right to say no. So here I am, I've gone through this wave of experiences with this guy where he's like, oh shit, he is just like, I can't believe you don't want anything to happen, you fucking bitch kind of thing, to, I want you to come and hug me. This was on my fucking date. It was a date from hell. So what happened? I got the fuck out of there. Let me tell you, once I realized that I'd calmed him down enough to, fuck no. Yeah, there was a fuck no. I literally, I got really firm with him, especially when he tried to touch me. And I'm like, you know what? You need to let me leave now. And once he realised how firm I was, he actually took me down to the car park where my car was locked in the building, and I got to leave. Now, how did I react as I left the building? I was absolutely in fucking stitches laughing, guys. Laughing. Because this is all about experiences. So good experiences, bad experience. Yes, he actually fucking cried. What had happened was, Brandon, right before I turned up, he'd taken some tablet of some form. And when he had a glass of wine, his, face went funny, and when he took a glass of water, it just dribbled down the side of his face. And just imagine I'm sitting opposite this guy, and all of a sudden he's got like this water running down his face, like, and then he's just like, oh, I want you to spoon me. What's wrong? And I was just like, what the fuck? Now, granted, the second time I heard this, yeah. So granted, he did message me the next day and say, I'm really fucking sorry. I took a tablet. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. He's like, can we do this again? I'm like, no. No, and fucking no. So yeah. Oh, this was about 3 years ago as I was researching for the dating book, Win the Dating Game, that I wrote. So there's reasons why in the book I actually have got hints and tips and stuff like that in there for you ladies, so you can make sure I've done the hard work for you, okay? So that way, you guys can know what to do. I've been on that 7-hour date. That just turned into a social fucking experiment. I rocked up, and here's the thing that you need to understand with dating. And this is the problem. We were talking about this yesterday. Most of us are really good on this. We're really good at texting, but we really suck at this. And you want it to be, if you get a choice, hang on, I don't know how there's a bit of wind here. If you get a choice, we want it to be the other way around, guys. You want to be really good at this, and you want to suck a little bit more at this, okay? Because the thing is that the amount of times that I will meet somebody who is a completely different person, and sometimes you can find physically, especially you poor guys, you have women turn up and you're like, fuck, you're nothing like your photo. And I have heard it both ways. But when you're meeting somebody face to face, they are nothing like the person that's been texting you. So you end up, going, what do I do now? There's nothing wrong with having bad dates. Trust me, they make for great stories with your friends. And my girlfriends get an absolute kick out of some of the stories that I tell them. Oh my God, random hookups, random dates, things that go absolutely pear-shaped. I actually went out and I met someone else, and they lived a solid hour away. And that's true, Jess. Yeah, they're definitely way better face to face. I remember rocking up to this guy's place. We talked for like 2 weeks and we got along really well. And I turned up, and for those of you that know me, I have a non-negotiable, and that's actually bald heads. And I'm sorry, guys, but for me, it's a turn off, and it's nothing against you. It's one of those things where for me, it does nothing. Whereas there's a lot of women out there that absolutely love the baldies, but for myself, I don't. So I ended up rocking up, and I've learnt this. So if you're on a dating app and the guy's wearing a hat in every single photo, he's fucking bald. So that's one of the things I actually, I discovered. So, and I'm not bald just because I'm wearing a hat, but I rocked up to his place. It was a fucking hour drive away. It was near Geelong. I was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, let me tell you. And, rocked up, and a second he opened the door, I was just like, oh no, this is so not going to fucking work for me. But, we got along really well. So it's like, all right. So I started drinking, and thinking, all right, let's just drink, maybe I can just calm down. And then, we had dinner and blah, 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 and then turned around, and we ended up, I was like, now I've got to go. This guy's got the idea that I'm sleeping the night, and we're going to do God knows what. In fact, he actually did get to a stage where he said, you can stay, we can just spoon. Guys, when you say you can stay in my bed and we just spoon, are you fucking serious? Do we look that fucking stupid? There is no such thing as we're just gonna lay in bed and spoon. I mean, I remember a girlfriend telling me, oh yeah, I can lay in bed with a guy and be naked, and just spoon, and I don't think we'll do anything. I giggled my head off at her and went, bullshit. Sure enough, they had sex. Hello, you're naked. So I've ended up getting there now. I have never faked it before, but I just started rubbing my tummy. I stopped drinking, so I'm like, fuck, I got to drive, man. I got to get the fuck out of here. And so I'm rubbing my tummy and I'm sitting there going, okay, if he'll eventually ask what's wrong, and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling well, I'm getting my period. And I pulled the period one. Oh my God. And I did. I got the fuck up and I left. However, I have grown and learnt and tested all of these theories for you guys. So going out on bad dates is okay because it makes for a fucking funny story. It also makes sure that you learn some skills, that you try not to repeat it again. And you know what? How do you know if you don't go? Oh, that's a great slogan. I think I need to put that one on a t-shirt. Remind me later. How do you know if you don't go? Yes! Somebody write that down there so I can go and actually look at that one later. So that's the deal. Go out. Dating is like this. Okay? So think of this like a river. And across the river, you're going to have a bunch of rocks. And you need to get to the other side, because the other side is crazy, stupid love. So part of that is every single stone that you're stepping on, they could be big, they could be small. With these stones, thank you, Jess, with those stones that you literally, each one of those stones is a relationship of some sort. It could be 1 hour, it could be 1 week, it could be 1 year, it could be a decade, but every single one of them is a relationship. And as you're stepping on every single stone, you are learning and growing. Because remember I said, if you're not learning and growing, you're dead. If you're in your head, you're dead. So get out of your fucking head, right? And stop going, oh my God, but what if this happens? And what if that happens? And what if this happens? And what if... Fuck that shit off, guys, all right? This is the month of hookups and breakups. Go out there and find somebody to go and experience something with. My suggestions in regards to dates, and here's my tips of the day. On your first date, do not do dinner. Okay, if you're a woman specifically and you're sitting there going, oh, if he pays for dinner, he's gonna expect sex, well, here's the deal. Don't fucking have dinner, all right? Go and do other things. What I'm doing right now, which is walking, all right, because this is get off your ass Saturday. So go and walk. I did a brekkie date and we walked down the beach and it was fabulous. Brekkie dates are the best, right? I suggest you do brekkie dates. Why? Because you know what? You've got the whole rest of the day and it's a good excuse that if you don't want to stay, you can leave. All right, you make it so it's only a short window of time, and that you don't sit there and go, this is going to be a day date. Make sure that your first date is something that's not going to last for more than 1 to 2 hours. Go and have a coffee or go for a walk somewhere, and I think walking dates are the best. And the reason why I say this, and I've done a few of these, is because you actually don't have to do eye contact, so you get an opportunity to walk and talk and get to know each other. And when you're walking and talking, it also diffuses situations. So it's also the secret tip. But when you have to have that we need to talk conversation with anybody that walk and talk. So what you now need to do, because this is get off your ass, all right, this is get off your ass Saturday, is we are now going to do our famous 30-second jig. So get up off your ass right now, and I want you to come and dance with me for the next 30 seconds, all right? We got some people there, they're doing some rowing. So we want you dancing. Woo! And there's lots of people out here at Albert Park Lake today, because guess what? The Grand Prix is coming and they're already setting up. So we want you to jig, we want you to move that ass, all right? That's right. Get and move your ass, and we want you to jig. So all those people in Adelaide right now, all right, that are doing Madeira, I want to say hi to you girls. I'm sorry I can't be there because of the time of the year. We are run off our feet with getting lots of radio interviews and podcast interviews. We have had one that we've posted on the page. Make sure that you actually have a look at it. Make sure that you stay tuned, because on Monday we are live on the radio. We'll put the information up on our site. I had a 2-hour interview yesterday, which will be coming out on Valentine's Day. We've got another one that's happening next Thursday, and this is all about the month of love, where it's all about the hookups and the breakups. So make sure that you don't get shied away from bad dates. They're a lot of fun. Just learn when to get up and leave and or to say no, because it's a fucking sentence. It is not a word. So until my next episode, make sure I've got the link up there to grab our Intimacy TV magazine, where we've got so many hints and tips for you guys for the month of love. And I will chat to you tomorrow. Bye from me.